Hey guys, how you doing? It's Friday, I hope you're doing well. Today we got a new TMNT fan series, fan film, whatever you want to call it, Q&A video. You guys left some awesome questions, and I'm here today to provide the answers. But before we hop into that, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it so you don't miss a single video that I post. End up enjoying the video, make sure to leave a like and share it around with anyone you think may be interested, and a comment down below always goes a long way. Super excited to hop into this for you guys. It's been a couple of months since the last one, I believe, and I don't know, might do another one of these, and if I do, it might take a while because I really have to buckle down and really get to work on the actual project itself. But yeah, I'm not gonna waste any more time. Let's just hop into it. You okay with that? Okay, I'm shutting up now. Well, okay, I'm not shutting up, but this version of me is shutting up so that the other version of me can answer your question. You know what I mean. Let's go. Okay, so the first question just straight up asks, what's going on with the future of the series? Like, am I going to possibly make it into a comic or anything like that? Believe it or not, the comic route is something that I've been heavily considering for the longest time, whether that be for season 2 or the back half of season 1. The main objective with this show is to get this story out that I've had built up for so long. I wrote it when I was really little, and I just always wanted to share it with the world, no matter how good or bad it is. I think it's pretty cool. I think everybody's going to enjoy it for the most part. But yeah, that's the objective, is to get that story out. So of course, with me being the only one working on this project, I have to cut corners and approach animation in a very limited format. So some of the elements of the show might have like motion comic elements. So I guess that's like kind of a blending of the two mediums. But I always thought if it ever got to the point where I just can't dedicate any more time to animating this show in particular, I always said comic as a backup. So who knows, maybe one day. Oh, these comments were from a while ago. They're saying they hope that I had a good Christmas. But yes, I did have a good Christmas. But let's go ahead and address the question that you asked here. Would you do a TMNT and Batman crossover in your universe? Pretty much that's what they're asking here. Also, you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope you're enjoying your time here. The answer to this is no. I don't really have any interest in crossing over my TMNT with any Batman. I love the existing crossovers that have happened with the actual properties and the actual writers that have tackled those stories, but it's just never been something that I've been interested in adapting in my own way. I don't really look to do any crossovers with any other franchises, whether it be Power Rangers or whatever. I just kind of want to focus on the TMNT and its sandbox of characters in particular. That's just how I go. I hope that's okay. I like this set of questions here. Will there be any references or callbacks to previous shows and movies like Rise did? Oh, most definitely. Yeah, I can't shy away from doing that. I have to pay respects to what came before, and honoring that through references and callbacks, little visual Easter eggs. Yeah, it's definitely going to be there. Even plot points will harken back to the classic TMNT stories that you've known before in the first few episodes, just to kind of guide you back to the familiarity with the brand. But over time, as we get deeper into the original story, we'll start to break away and introduce new elements or twists on things that you've seen done before. So that's what I'm super excited to introduce into this iteration of the show in the form of a fan project. Are any of the turtles going to have love interests? That is not really something that I'm looking to explore. There is like a little gag, like there's a little joke about one of the turtles potentially being in a relationship, but it's nothing more than a joke. The turtles do have like relationships with other characters, but I wouldn't say any of them are like concrete romantic. So no, not really looking to explore love interests when it comes to the main 4 turtles. But I can say there is a romance plot between April and Casey that I'm really super excited to explore, and it's kind of approached in a way that you haven't seen in any other iteration. So exploring those 2 characters and their relationship to each other is going to be super awesome. Is Splinter going to be in the series, and will he be like OG Splinter or kind of the recreation that they did for Rise? He's much closer to classic Splinter. I actually don't mind the changes that they made in Rise. No, I'm not saying it's like my favorite Splinter interpretation ever, but I didn't mind it. You know, there were a lot of people that were up in arms about that. A lot of people were up in arms about all of the changes that Rise made anyway, but me in particular, I didn't mind it too much. I thought it was pretty fun. Character cameos of the fans. Ooh, that's actually really cool. I think I kind of introduced the way that I might be able to do that, so I'll get back to you on that. I'm kind of leaning towards a yes on that question. Okay, this question here says, will there be any video game references? Heck yeah. Keep an eye out for those. I don't want to like spoil what they're going to be, but if you know, you know. It's one of those things. Who's your favorite side character that's going to be in your series? Oh man. Okay, I bring back some characters, okay? I bring back a few characters that I kind of don't even want to reveal. I just want you to go in and watch it and be like, oh, I know this person from this, you know? So I don't know. I don't know if I want to say that yet. I'll keep my mouth shut on that one. Hi geeks, long time no comment. Hey there, how you doing? Will you be including characters from the comics like the ADW Mutanimals, or will your characters be strictly from other animated series? Yes, you will be seeing all types of characters from all different Turtles interpretations. That's expanding beyond just the, little bubble of previous animated series that we've had regarding the TMNT franchise. This is a nice set of questions. I really like these. Which adaptation would you say you're drawing most inspiration from? Okay, now the goal has always been an ideal 3 seasons. Not saying it's concrete going to happen, but I've always envisioned this as a 3-season story where each season kind of leans into paying respects to a previous different version of the TMNT. That's kind of why I named it the TMNT. The show just has each era giving it its time to shine. So like season 2 in particular, there's like heavy influences throughout top to bottom of the 90s movie. Like it's just there. You can feel it all throughout that season, as well as the 2007 film. This first season, I would say, borrows a lot from 2003 and 2012, with a lot of revamped stuff from the 87 series. But I'll say this, I guess. 2012, that series, that's the one that sparked this entire idea. And for season 1, I guess the 87 series, but making it more of a compact story and a straightforward tale like the 2003 show. Yeah, I think I answered that pretty well. I don't know. Hope it was to your liking. Will there be voice actors doing them all yourself, or will it be purely text-based? No, I'm not doing them all myself. I have a cast and they're phenomenal. I really love these guys. They do a great job. We're all doing this for free as a passion project. So we're all making do with what we have, and we're going to try to make this be as solid as possible. But keep in mind, this is a fan project made for free. We're not like some big studio. So with those expectations tampered, it's going to be a fun ride. But yeah, we all have a blast recording together and just reading through the scripts. There was a point in time where it was just me doing all the voices, or at least, the main 4 turtles and Splinter and the Foot Soldiers and Shredder. So yeah, basically all the voices. But no, now I have people that are stepping in. So now all I have to do is focus on Leo's voice. Even though my favorite turtle is Donnie, but the guy I got playing Donnie's so good. He nails it. Shout out to you, Garrett. Okay, next question. Will characters like Shinigami from the 2012 show, or Renette, and of course Casey, be in this fan film? So I can't say everyone that's going to be showing up. I'm going to hold on to a few for a little bit longer. I might reveal some before the show drops, but as of right now, I can comfortably say, yes, Casey will be there. Sorry to disappoint for not answering about the other characters, but I guess just wait and see. Possibly. I don't know. We'll see. This person here says, hi, I'm still new to the channel, so sorry if you might have answered before. Don't worry about it. It's totally fine. No need to apologize. What they're asking is, will April be a part of the project? And if so, what is her personality like? April is a very fun character in this. She's very sweet. She's very kind. She's not too different from previous iterations. If there's anything you can compare her to, it's probably like 87 April, 2003 April. She's more involved like the 2003 April. I don't know. She gives off like this motherly warmth to the turtles at times. But what I really like is when she shines with Casey, and scenes she'll have with Irma, her best friend. Not sure if I announced that before, but there you go. Irma's in the show. But yeah, she's really cool. She's really cool. I think you're going to enjoy April quite a bit. Okay, will you revisit story arcs from previous TMNT incarnations or do something new? It'll be a bit of both. I do want to do something completely new for sure, but when it comes to revisiting old story arcs, it will be, oh, you've seen this before, but not in this way, So it'll be like adapting well-known TMNT story arcs, like for example, something like City at War, but it has to take into account the context of the original content within this series too. So while it is kind of treading a comic book storyline that you're familiar with, it's taking place in a different universe with different rules and different events that have played out around it. So whether I'm retreading already existing ground or not, there will always be something fresh. And that's why I'm super excited to dive in and actually adapt some of these existing stories in this universe. Will your project have only existing characters, or do you want to include the original ones? It will not have only existing characters. I will have some original ones in there as well. Not too many. I don't know. I like to keep as true to traditional TMNT as possible, but there will be a few, original characters here and there. But for me, if I ever want to introduce like a character that stands in for something, instead of creating a brand new character from from the ground up, I try to find deep cut characters that we haven't seen in decades in the lore or very obscure characters and modernize them. You know, instead of creating new characters from the ground up, I like to take ones that people either never heard of or just straight up don't like and reinvent them in a new, fresh way. So that's what you're going to see a lot in this show, is characters that people either don't know or absolutely hate redeemed. Oh wow, this question is like literally what I just explained. Outside of season 1, do you plan on thinking of possible lesser known / underappreciated villains in future work? So it's basically what I just said, except asking specifically about the villains. So yes, everything that I just said about taking obscure characters that nobody remembers and updating them for now in the modern era, yes, that applies to some villains as well. So yeah, great question. You tapped into my mind there. We're in sync. Okay, this question here stems from a piece of concept art or a screen cap from like a storyboard that I was working on for one of the episodes, and it was from a fight scene, and the turtles have some wear and tear on them. They have blood on them. So that prompted this person to ask the question, will this version of Turtles be like the 2012 version, funny with serious moments, or more like the 2003 show, serious with some fun moments somewhere involved? It's kind of riding the line of both, really. It's hard to speak for the entire series because, like I said, the show is their lives. Each season that I have planned out, I wanted to do 3 seasons, where season 1, the turtles are like early in their career. Season 2, they're a little bit older, coming into their own, they're a little more mature. And season 3, they're a full-fledged fighting machine. So you see them go from these campy, lighthearted 87 turtles, and they grow into the more hardcore Mirage Comics turtles by season 3. And season 2 would be like that midpoint, like 2012, 2003 turtles vibes. But keep in mind, season 1 is not going to be just hokey, campy all around. There's going to be that lightheartedness because they're so young in season 1, but you will have like stakes, you know, and actual concerns in terms of the events that are playing out. So don't let that scare you away if you think season 1 is just going to be all poop jokes and stuff. No, it's fine. Here we go. The last question for this video. Silly little question out of curiosity. When you were creating your series, did you have VAs in mind, like voice headcanons before casting an official cast? I actually kind of did. I did have in my head kind of how I wanted these characters to be played, because when I read the scripts out loud to myself to make sure everything's flowing well, I have to voice all the characters, you know? So even April, you should hear my April O'Neil voice. It's immaculate. But the cool thing about it is when I finally got my cast, a lot of them didn't sound how I originally envisioned them, because I just said, go wild. Do what you want with the character, make it your own. And some of the end results I like better than what I initially had in mind. So yeah, that's a great question. I love, you know, questions that tackle the more creative side of the beginning of conceptualizing the show. It takes me back to a way simpler time. But yeah, thank you guys for all these amazing questions. Had a lot of fun answering them. Just wanted to chill out with you guys and get a little more information about this project out while I can, because this year I have to go hard at work at developing a lot of things and getting it finalized for the end of the year so you guys can see the first episode. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and share the video around with anyone you think may be interested. Oh, and a comment down below always goes a long way. There's about to be a lot of cool TMNT stuff regarding like this original fan project, so get hyped. That's all I'll say. And as always, I've been Geekly, you've been awesome, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cowabunga, dudes!